You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Game After Show.
Woo! Oh, he got my music now. Thank you so much, Ronnie in the booth. You had our cue right on top of it. I love it. I love it.
Try to give you the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome out there, everybody watching or listening to us live. We are The Game, AFTERBUZZ TV. We are in season 5, episode 13. Derwin About to Go Ham was the episode tonight. And I got some chocolate at the table today. A little extra, unexpected chocolate.
So that makes us double chocolate.
There's double chocolate up in here, and I'm got the boys up in here today because Miss Isabel Mora is missing. I'm Courtney Stewart, for those of you that don't remember. Yay. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
I try. And joining me across the table, I've got Curtis Taylor, who is joining us like usual. Champion. And joining us all the way from the Big Apple, New York City, Harlem. I got my best friend in the whole wide world, Jermaine Bell. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
So excited.
Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you got to come in and see our studio and see what's going on and give us a new fan perspective on the game. Thank you, as we try. And obviously follow us on Twitter at AFTERBUZZ TV, and you're watching our episode now, but we need you to make comments on YouTube and on iTunes and make sure you're commenting and giving us your feedback for watching the episode. We appreciate you. We love you. And call us in. Call in tonight. Give us your input and whatever you have to say, 424-256-1729. We're going to jump right into the episode, and as we do normally, we just sort of give our first impressions at the beginning of the episode. So I'm going to start with you, Curtis.
Well, I had my hoodie on. You know, I had my
hoodie on
because Derwin was pretty gangster.
He was gangster this week
he was
for
gangster.
you?
Yeah,
Did you appreciate that gangsterness?
I did. I thought it was somewhat appreciative.
I
mean, I played football when I was in college, and like I said, I've never missed a block on purpose. So it was pretty gangster of him especially considering Derwin's
the goody boy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we'll get into that a little bit more. So, Jermaine, I know you're not a regular watcher of the game, but you're a little bit familiar. You got to see it this week.
No, I try and stay away from television.
Well, why do you stay away from television?
I mean, if I can.
Are you an actor?
I am.
So you try to stay away from television?
Well, I'm just one of those. I'm like a misanthrope. I just don't
like a rapper that
doesn't like anything that people like.
Doesn't like anything that people like. Because
the only thing we're going to need from you, Jermaine, is to stay close to that mic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can't hear you.
I also don't like it when you hear my voice.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, but what did you think of the episode?
Oh, I mean, I thought it was cool. I mean, I know so many people like the game. I don't really want to like go ham on the game, but I mean, it was what it was.
That's what we do here. We give our real impressions and our honest opinions. So if you got a criticism, you say it.
It was just an interesting experience being surrounded in BET drama and all of that.
Okay.
I'm sure we'll get into
it.
We'll
leave the initial impressions at that.
I'm going to eat you alive. That's what I see.
All right. Well, my first impression of the episode was I was excited initially going into it thinking that, okay, we're going to get some football action and sort of take it back because the series has not focused at all on the football game for almost 2 seasons since it came to BET. So I was excited going into it. I was bored for the first 20 minutes, and I finally kind of got into it. I felt like the last 2 scenes actually sort of picked up and had a point, and it felt good. So not overly impressed, but not completely underwhelmed either.
Yeah.
That's my initial impression. So let's get into the episode. So it's pretty simple this week. The whole thing revolved around this game. And so the boys are out playing. Tasha and Melanie are sort of doing their thing in the booth, taking drinks, having a good time. And all of a sudden, there's a little situation where Quan, who is the new quarterback that we don't care about because we saw him in the first episode of this season and haven't seen him since, which is kind of bothersome to me that we don't know anything about him. Does that bother anybody else?
Well, it kind of makes him irrelevant to the whole story. I mean, because you never get an opportunity to really like build anything about him, you know, or even care about him. So, like I said, you know, I don't really like.
We don't have any feeling about him whatsoever. And that he's down. I guess maybe they just wanted us to cheer on Malik or something. But I was like, he was introduced as he was going to be some sort of major impact when he was introduced at the end of last season when Malik was out of commission, and now he appeared once. He talks very softly, and he doesn't do anything. I'm bored. But anyway, so he and Derwin get in a fight in the locker room over the fact that he won't pass the ball to Derwin properly, and they do their man thing and push each other up against the lockers. Was that accurate for you, Curtis?
No, you said pass the ball properly.
Whatever. What should I have said? Correct me.
He didn't pass the ball.
He didn't pass the ball to him. Right. Why couldn't I say pass the ball properly?
That doesn't sound right.
Well, pass the ball properly connotes that the ball was passed, but it was just done incorrectly.
It was passed, and it was done incorrectly according to the play that Derwin thought was going down.
No, but Derwin was mad, as I understand things, because he didn't get the ball at all.
He didn't get the ball at all. He passed it to somebody else.
He didn't throw it.
He didn't throw to him. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Passing sounds like basketball.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Throwing
footballers. As I sat there wondering why people play football at all. What? But anyway, I mean, I don't know, when you get attacked and knocked over, and it's just sort of rough.
And what was my reply when you asked me that question?
For the money.
Because
but people did it before the money. People have heart and like
football is like one of those sports. I mean, it's like football is modern day gladiator. It's like a gladiator, being a gladiator, modern day, and that's the reason why it's one of the largest sports and it's the most watched sports, because America needs their warriors.
We want to watch people kill each other.
Yeah, you need men to. Basically,
we need men too.
Big, strong men to just knock other men
down.
over. Well, I mean, it's just the way it is.
And a reason to drink on Sundays. I mean, I'm just saying that's a huge part of it too,
that
right?
Is a huge part of it.
No, that's not football. That's baseball.
No, that is not.
No, I'm pretty sure
tailgating is all football.
No. Tailgating is football, but they cook at tailgating.
Okay, and they drink. The whole point is to cook and drink and get drunk for the game.
That's for the. Yeah.
Anyway, that's for us little commoners that weren't the gladiators about to take to the field.
It's been going on since Rome.
I guess, whatevs. Anywho, so they exerted all their testosterone and fought each other in the locker room and pushed each other up against lockers, and it was very dramatic. Malik had a nice moment in there. He cut a little joke saying they had anger management issues. I appreciated that. And then so we get on the field, and Derwin decides he doesn't want to block for the dude because they had a fight. He misses the block. Quan goes down and is carried off.
See, and I'm sure it happens. You
think it happens?
Yeah, I think it happens. I don't want to say that because, it's football players and stuff like that. I'm sure they're probably sensitive about that, but especially going on with New Orleans,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't they have a whole thing right now about the pool that they were, where they were trying to actually harm people when they
it's similar. It's similar. Even it's against another team, but this one is actually with your teammates, and I guarantee it happens. When millions of dollars are at stake. You don't throw me the football. I don't get these many catches. It's in my contract that I should catch so many, or I should score so many.
You know what we're gonna catch in a minute? We're gonna catch our new fourth co-host, Kenny. He is
nice.
He is just showing up right on time.
So he's gonna roll in at some point, just like I won't say that.
Just like what? Just like what?
I was gonna say he's on his CP time, but. Especially after last week, because Kenny was having some sleep management issues and was not awake for most of the episode. But we're glad he's here. He's in the corner. And while we set up, give me just a minute. Oh.
So is he in the corner so he can think about what he's done?
Yeah, he's in the corner because we don't love each other right now.
But like I was saying.
Because he's late.
Go on. Rudely interrupted.
It's okay.
No.
Kurt, you can smack Kenny later.
Yeah, I'll smack Kenny.
You can push him up against the wall or something.
Absolutely.
Make it very game-like.
That sounds dirty.
You just turned the game show into some
is it spelled G-A-Y-M-E?
Welcome, Kenny. Hello, welcome. Glad you can make it. Are you awake?
I am.
Yay, Kenny's here.
You made our show really ghetto today.
Why?
You just strolled in right in the middle of airing. We're shooting.
Just blame that on Hollywood traffic.
Hollywood traffic? No excuses. No excuses. Did you actually watch the episode this week?
No, I just decided to come.
Really? See, that's even more.
So what happened?
Even better. Anyway, so go on, Curtis.
Yeah, there's a lot of money at stake, and receivers, running backs, they don't touch the ball so many times, they don't get so many carries. Sometimes it's written in their contract if they need to carry the ball a certain amount of times to get their bonuses or their incentives from the team. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't know that.
So
I actually have a question. I don't know if you guys talked about it already. Is he playing both defense and offense?
I actually questioned that myself. I was confused. Derwin.
No.
Well, if he's blocking, then he's blocking on defense, right?
No.
He's protecting the quarterback.
No, see. Let me explain this.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm confused.
I know. How do you guys watch the game? And then
I watch it occasionally, and football, I will admit, is the one thing I honestly don't. I couldn't tell you positions. I don't really know what everybody does.
I watch football, but I thought he was a receiver and not. So receivers block as well.
Yeah, receivers block as well. Okay, but if you're the running back, and your obligation is to if you're not going out for a pass or you're not receiving the handoff, is to block for the quarterback. Oh, okay. Well, that's what he didn't do. He missed the block on purpose. Absolutely, because he wasn't getting the ball, which that's why he kept on talking about his livelihood and the his family legacy.
Yeah,
is because the bottom line is if he doesn't get the ball, then he's not going to get his incentives. He's not going to get his bonuses, and if he doesn't get his bonuses, then he considers his family not eating like they eat.
Like they need to eat.
Like they need to eat. And essentially what happens is if the the running back's not getting the ball and he becomes not a part of the offense, and eventually he's expendable. And then they'll trade him, and then he gets less and less and less.
Okay, so we're getting a little justification for Derwin's behavior. But as we go on, obviously the rest of the episode, so Derwin gets to feeling a little bit bad because the press is coming down kind of hard on him. He goes to Malik for some advice, which was kind of funny. He's going to Malik for advice. But Malik's been in that position before. So he goes, Malik gives him his advice. Your reputation is what it is. It's it can be frail and fall apart at any point. Don't worry about it. Keep it moving. Goes home. Melanie's there. They want to have a truth moment.
Crazy part, real quick. Somewhere Malik is turning to Yoda. I mean, he's this guy. He used to be like a wild ass on the loose.
Yes, which he still is, because he was trying to hump on his cousin and was trying to figure out if it was the first or second cousin, and which second cousin, I guess, makes it humpable. But can I ask, really, second cousin, shouldn't it at least be third before it's humpable?
Well, my question is, did he call the guy a fag?
Ooh.
Remember when he realized the girl was his first cousin? He was like, "Yeah, go take the girl over there standing with the fag." I had to rewind it 3 times.
I thought he said
Didn't catch
fatty.
That.
Like I thought he was talking about
he said
her
the girl with the fatty.
I thought he was talking about her fat butt. He was referring to her badonk.
Oh, I heard fag, and it doesn't matter.
Because he doesn't listen to when it says anything about a girl. He's not hearing.
Oh, it's okay.
That
would have been a good call had we missed that.
No, but I rewound it 3 times.
Can you say the F word on BET?
They say
fatty?
Negro,
Absolutely.
and
you can say fatty.
No, we're talking about the F word.
Yeah.
No, you can't even say that.
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, I don't think they would have written.
You can't.
They'll slip.
You can't.
They slip a lot of things.
No, you can't say.
Unless it had a point, like unless it was an episode about.
Very special.
You know what I'm saying?
Episode.
Like I think they would, but otherwise I don't think they would.
It's too.
I'm just curious. I'm not sensitive at all.
No, it's too sensitive at this.
Right? Yeah.
They're not going to say that word,
especially since there's so many gay football players. Oops, did I just say that?
Ooh. Well, I don't know statistics
I'm just saying,
on that,
I'm
just going to stay out of that one.
I'm just saying, no. I don't know any, but I know that they exist. I don't know anybody famous.
How can you make that broad stroke?
I mean, well,
I can easily make
sport.
it because there's homosexuals and queer people in every strata of society.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you just don't know that. You don't
so
know
they
that.
don't play football?
You don't know that.
Oh, they definitely they play football. They play basketball.
They play baseball,
and they coach these sports, and they do all of these things.
So, Curtis, do you not think there are any gays playing football?
I don't know. So
actually, we know that they're gays playing football.
I can't say that they do, and I don't know.
That's like saying that their gays don't serve in the military.
I don't know.
Okay.
And until actually I do know that. I do know that because there's some that stepped up and said, "Yeah, I'm gay."
Okay.
So I do know that.
So you assume everyone's straight until told otherwise.
I mean, you're who you are until you say otherwise. I don't
until you say it. Okay.
Yeah,
I assume it's none of my business.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really care. Like
no.
If someone's heterosexual or homosexual, no. If someone's heterosexual or homosexual, I don't really care.
So, but you said that you used to be a football player, right, Curtis?
Absolutely.
Okay, back in the day. So I mean, how would you feel in the locker room if you knew that one of your, or I'm just saying, I'm just asking you the questions as we're talking about. How would you feel in the locker room,
And he
in
does
the
that
huddle,
every time with that cup when he's posed a question? Go ahead.
in the huddle?
In the huddle. Okay.
You're all together. Break. I mean, how do you feel?
No, I wouldn't have a problem in the huddle.
You would have a problem in the locker room, not
Absolutely.
in the huddle.
In the locker room. Why?
Okay.
Why would you have a problem in the locker room? Just curious.
Because I take showers there.
And
He doesn't want anybody to see all that
That's
sexy.
that's like going.
He doesn't want to be
That's like a
piece of
man
meat on display.
going into the women's locker room, as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
How
how
do you-
would a woman?
feel like-
How do you guys think
Wow.
the BET
Wait.
audience?
Conversation's
How do you
going
guys think the BET audience would handle that subject matter? You know, if they put it on one of the episodes, the
Well,
upcoming
they kind
episodes.
of already have.
But that was the CW.
That was on the
audience.
CW. They've already explored that, but most of the people that watch it on BET have at least seen reruns of it from the CW. So I think they've sort of touched on it, but I just don't think it'll ever be anything that they make a big issue of.
Because it's no issue except
Except you being in the locker room with.
Well,
a gay
because
guy.
no, because that's different. That's different.
How is that so-
Wait. What's different? Explain. Just to
Because
be clear.
I would be naked, and that's like I said. It's like no, I can't go into a female locker room and just look at females and say and just
But
watch them undress.
don't females
Can't
come
do it.
into locker rooms? I mean, female reporters come into the locker room and
and they're trying
the
to.
men don't robe.
They used to. They don't do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because the reality of it is men, the football players used to do crazy stuff to them while they were in there. So now female reporters have to be outside of the locker room. Actually, reporters have to be outside of the locker room until players are have some clothes on, because they used to walk around and
Right.
want to be interviewed with a woman butt naked just to mess with them, or just
So do
make
you,
them
so you
feel
think
uncomfortable.
gays should be segregated from men?
I mean,
Kenny,
this is
you're
something.
hilarious.
No,
I'm sorry.
I think I should. I think
this
I should
off
have.
topic?
No, I think in that situation. That
Maybe you should cover up.
no, there should be.
Hold your balls.
No, there should be like
Hold 'em
a
close.
private. Like they should have restrooms where you elect that you go and take a private shower if you want to. You shouldn't. It shouldn't always be completely. And most football locker rooms are out in the open. And if
Most
if
locker
I
rooms
knew,
in general are.
yeah, I mean, if I knew that there was, somebody that actually liked my male parts in the place, and I would want to
I
at
wonder,
least be able to.
is that a male sort of ego thing? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, if there's a gay woman and I'm like playing volleyball, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
I
because you
wouldn't be
guys
like,
kiss each other and you guys are straight.
You guys kiss each other. I don't
No,
kiss
we don't do that.
anybody.
We don't do
Volleyball.
that.
I don't kiss a girl.
We don't
Like
do that.
I
Girls kiss each other and they're straight.
okay, but
Girls
I'm
even
not.
touch-
I
girls
I
touch
can
other
only
girls'
speak for
breasts and they're
myself.
straight.
Okay.
Oh, girl, can I touch
You guys
those?
grab
Those are new-
asses on the court all the time.
Yeah,
Why?
but that's different.
Why do you assume
No.
that
'cause
being
you-
naked?
No, because what you guys do is you guys say, "Oh, you got some brand new breasts. Can I feel them?" And you just grab. We don't do something. Oh man, you got a nice. Can I grab you? Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
So therefore, it's okay. like, in our
Therefore, the
minds.
way we go about things is a little bit different.
I just.
The mentality is a little different.
Okay, I think
Next
it's ego.
question.
I think it's ego because you're assuming that just because you're
That
a
somebody
male,
wants
he's
to look
going
at
to be
you.
attracted to you and wants to check
No.
you out.
I'm not assuming that he wants to check me out, but here's the thing. They may want to check me out,
Okay.
or they may
They
want to
can
check
check
someone
you
else.
out.
If you,
your
yeah,
clothes.
what's the harm of?
But with the clothes off, I don't want anybody to just look at me in that way without
I'm sorry,
clothes, and I'm not smashing.
straight dudes do it too.
If I'm not smashing it, I don't want you to look at me.
Yeah, they're trying to measure up to see how they
All right.
Or they're just curious.
how they
just
compare.
curious.
I'm
what
just
the lay
telling you,
of
if
the
I'm not
land
smashing,
is.
I don't want anything to look at me.
Okay, well,
if I
what
can't
about
look
the
at you.
random? Okay, I'm not gonna go there.
What about the random?
I
one?
just
mean,
want
I
you to
don't
go
know, like,
here.
there's no
I
smack.
must. I'd rather not know.
You'd rather not
Ignorance
know.
is bliss in that situation.
Okay, well,
No,
I
it's
just
not.
For
I'm
me.
just confused as to what you're actually feeling that makes you feel uncomfortable. Because if you're saying like, oh, I'm not egotistical enough to be like, oh yeah, he's checking me out and he wants me. Like, then what
that's
difference
different.
does it make?
No. There's a possibility that he may be checking me out.
And so what?
But the thing is,
Dad, I don't want nobody
But
checking
why?
me out like
What's
that.
weird about it?
I don't even want a girl staring at me when I'm butt naked if I'm not hitting it.
so imagine how it feels when you're
Okay,
like,
well that answered my
Yeah,
question.
I don't. If a girl was standing and said, "Curtis, take your clothes off," I'm not gonna just take my clothes off and while she's fully clothed.
Somehow I doubt that though.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
I believe him.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do. I'm not that type of person.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna take my clothes off and somebody's standing fully clothed and they want me to take my clothes. I'm like, no, you take yours off.
Gotcha.
Let's take them off together.
All right. Anyway.
I told you straight up, I'm not gonna take my clothes unless I'm smashing.
Okay, you can smash it at home. So
So you're not showering.
Continue
is
talking about
basically what I'm
Curtis's
saying.
smashing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wouldn't.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so
Got
this
it.
whole conversation got spawned off of Malik wanting to smash his second cousin, who turned out to be a second cousin or first cousin, so it didn't work out.
The girl with the fatty.
Yes, the girl with the fatty.
Yeah.
And so Malik is sort of taking on this like wisdom role of like, it's okay, buddy, and he's comforting Derwin, and Derwin goes home, and he and Melanie have a truth moment, which was kind of nice because they've been lying to each other regularly, so it's nice to see them sort of come together and try to be honest with each other about some things. And she wants, can't talk, she wants Tasha to be the surrogate, and he admits to doing it on purpose, missing the block on purpose, and Melanie kind of lays into him. How'd y'all feel about that?
Right on for her.
Right on for her?
Yeah.
You mean after she found out that?
Yeah, well, once he admitted to her, and she kind of was, and she sort of took it to the next level because she has equated his, what did they call his other personality?
The other Derwin.
The
Isn't
other
that what she
Derwin?
called it?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Well, Unusual Suspects.
Sizer Kaiser.
Yeah, they made the reference to Usual Suspects. And so she basically was, but she was saying that this other Derwin is obviously the reason that she now has chosen his life over her own career, and all these other things that happened. So she sort of made it a big picture. Do you think that was taking it a little too far?
I think that was a little uncalled for.
No.
Really? What do you think?
Come on, man. That's just reaching. Like that's.
How is that reaching?
Yeah,
though? That was sort of an indication of a character sort of flaw, or I don't want to call it a flaw because I don't necessarily know that it's a flaw. We'll have that conversation at some other point. But
if what's a flaw? His actions?
His
mentality?
That's reaching.
Overall.
This mentality that led him to purposely miss this block that he's basically sort of defending, saying that this is the other Derwin that is basically by any means necessary.
Yeah, but that's a low blow. That's a really low blow.
What's
that's like
low blow?
That's the stuff that she was saying. That was a low blow.
She did take it too far.
Yeah, that was
You
way
think
too
she
far.
I don't think so.
I did think she took it too
I'm
far.
not sure she took
Are
it
you
too
kidding
far.
me?
I don't think so.
She was wrong from the beginning. He hadn't even sat down yet before she needed a truth moment. I mean, that's just too
Well,
much.
she was just coming to him with the thing about the surrogate. She didn't know he was about to tell her.
Yeah, but
can I get a
all
Snapple
the
first?
thing.
The whole. This is the reason why this is the reason why that. I think.
But if that's in your character and she was unaware of it, it has obviously influenced what decisions you've made up until this point, and she wasn't even aware that this is sort of what he had in mind.
Yeah,
but it has nothing to. Go ahead.
I just feel like he made a like emotional response in a moment, but I don't think that what he did is in any way indicative of like his greater character.
Exactly.
Having seen one episode, because they got into it in the locker room at halftime, and then in the third quarter he missed a block.
But didn't he
But he said, but everyone
made a mistake.
No, everyone has an alter
He made a
ego
decision.
per se.
He didn't make a mistake. He made a decision.
Well, everyone has an
that's
alter
the
ego
question.
per se. Everyone has one.
That's true.
So I can't say, oh, well, Courtney, the reason why or you come home and you lose your job, and I say, well, maybe that's the reason why we didn't have a baby, because you lost your job or whatever. I mean, that's like, I can't, because you lost your job, I was stressed out, so I wasn't able to have a baby, so it's your fault. No, it's not. I mean, you can't reach. That's a low blow. That's so far.
I don't know if it's a low blow. I don't know.
Nah,
I think that I think that she was calling him out on something that he has had a part of him that's been influencing how he's made decisions along the way. And I think it's possible. I'm not saying it is the only and specific reason why everything else has happened, but I don't think it's not possible that
I feel
it was
sorry for
influential.
Derwin at this point. I
feel sorry for him.
I couldn't possibly.
You feel sorry for him.
want to be
Do
married
you
to someone
feel? What
that
do you
thinks
feel
that
about
way.
Derwin right now, Jermaine?
I don't feel sorry for either one of them.
Yeah, I
Okay.
wouldn't personally be married to someone that thinks
Okay,
that way.
well, you feel sorry for Derwin. How do you feel about Derwin?
Well, I have always been not with Melanie, but I'm totally with her on this one.
You're totally with Melanie on this one.
I think everything that she said is justifiable.
No.
I don't know.
I
mean,
I think what she said as far as that, that was a low thing. He shouldn't have did it and stuff like that. But the goal as far as saying, this is the reason why we don't have this, or this is the reason why you did that, that's she's reaching.
Whatever happened to like standing by your man in like a weak moment, or standing by your partner in a weak moment? To use like
she stood by him through a lot so far.
Yeah, she has, but.
For him to
her not wanting to be a doctor has everything to do with her. I mean, you cannot. I can't tell you, oh, you're no longer going to be an actor. And he said, oh, because Curtis said so. He's not going to be an actor.
I don't think that that's what she was saying. I think that what she was saying is
that's not what he was doing. See, the thing is, you're saying that's not what she's saying. You're speaking for her. But yet you think it's okay for her to speak for him?
No. What I think is okay is that he came to her and said that I will do this by any means necessary. This all has been by any means necessary. I think he was making it clear that the reason that he makes certain decisions is because he has this mentality that his legacy is this important and he will do whatever it takes to make it happen. And I think that has made him insensitive in the past to other things.
Okay,
and that's
but
all she was saying. All she was saying was that it's possible that this attitude that you have has been the reason why we've had some other problems along the way, because that's influenced how you reacted towards me.
She agreed. If you paid attention a couple of episodes earlier, she was a partner in By Any Means Necessary. She was like, we're going to do it by any means necessary. I'm not
absolving her of all guilt.
But he repeated the same thing, and all of a sudden she twisted it. She twisted the words.
This was. I think this was far beyond. I mean, he pretty much can ruin this guy's career.
I know. I know what you're talking about, the ruin of the career. But the fact that she said that his alter ego is the reason why she's no longer that she chose not to be a doctor, and that she put his life in front of her life, and all. That has nothing to do with the fact that he has an alter ego. It has everything to do with the fact that she chose not to pursue her career. I mean, she had an option. She went to med school. She could have been a doctor if she wanted to. And the bottom line is, even if a man says, oh, I don't want you to do it, if you do it and he leaves, then that's not the person for you in the first place. This is the bottom line. She elected to do it, and then now she looks up and she's pissed off. No, you did that, sweetheart. You gave up your career. If you gave up your career and you're pissed off about it, you should turn that thing right around and look at yourself. Because the bottom line is, at the end of the day, if you're with someone and someone really cares about you and you decide that you want to do better yourself, and they say, nah, I don't really want you to better yourself, basically, and you go do it anyway and they leave you, well, you're better off for it. So you and then if you elect not to do it, you can't come back and say it was your fault because I didn't have a strong enough mind to say, you know what, I'm going to do what I have to do to be successful.
Okay.
And if you either with me or you're not.
That's great. We've already had this conversation about her giving up her career, so we won't get back into that.
Well,
but I will just pose to you before we head to a commercial break that if you are in a relationship, especially once you get to a level of marriage, at some point somebody trumps the other person, period.
There's always somebody more strong. Hold on.
So it's not about strength. It's about intentions, it's about goals, it's about life. Like everybody's everything can't mean everything at the same time all the time.
Absolutely.
So I really think that she was just speaking more to that idea that his behavior has been an influence on their lives along the way, and his intensity for whatever reasons, and now we know his reasons are he has this passion about his legacy. Yeah. Those could be the reasons or some of the reasons that have influenced along the way why they are in the place that they are in now. And I don't think it's crazy to think that that's the case. But right now, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we'll come back with our special segment in a moment. Thank you.
AfterBuzz TV.
Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Oh, yes. Hands. clap, 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 bow, bow, bow. And we're back. And we're going to do just a quick little special topic this week. Just
change the subject.
It's not really changing the subject. It's a special topic. We got to move it along, brother. It's a show. So either way, it sort of relates to what's going on already. I found it interesting in watching the episode. Derwin was obviously very passionate about his legacy and about, you know, the future of his family and all of these things. And he said he's willing to do anything in his career by any means necessary. My question is to you guys, and I guess it's not really possible to answer this question completely, but they're married, okay? How do you figure out the boundaries, and where do you guys fall, I guess, on this whole by any means necessary situation, career-wise, in the pursuit of protecting and providing for your families?
I think in this situation, when it comes to other people and their health and their well-being, I think there's got to be boundaries. You know what I mean? This particular incident with the whole blocking thing. I mean, if you're like climbing the social, the corporate wall, you know, ladder, as long as you're not hurting someone physically, I think it's okay. Cutthroat, you know, you do what you got to do. But I think in this situation,
so you'll take money out the pocket, but you're not willing to harm someone physically.
I think when
that is physical.
What do you mean it's physical? Like you do. Okay, if you are out to get a promotion and there's two people and you're working in an office, whatever, and you will do whatever you have to do to stand out to get that promotion.
Absolutely.
I think as we're talking
within yourself,
not to like sabotage the other person unless it really comes to that. I mean, then that's a personal, you know, thing. But when we're talking about athletes and you know, first of all, they're overpaid anyway. Second of all, this whole legacy thing, that is not anything to that's not just I was a little upset when he said, "Oh, my legacy this and my legacy that," and we didn't really talk about the whole Tasha Mack being the surrogate. On the other side of that,
they didn't
really talk about it.
Well, I mean, he was a little upset, and I couldn't understand why. You know what I mean? So, when it comes to hurting other people, I think I don't know. I don't think his actions in this particular case are justified. Legacy or no legacy.
Where do you fall, Jermaine? Not necessarily just in relation to Derwin, but...
Well, I mean, just with the Derwin situation, I don't think that he knew what the consequences of his actions were going to be. And I think that I just met this character 23 minutes ago, but I feel like he would probably take it back if he could. But
do you really, after his last speech, you think he would have taken it back?
Yeah, because his career is ruined. Because his career is ruined and he feels terrible and he's a church boy. I mean, he got caught.
Yeah.
Anybody will do anything if they don't get caught.
That's true.
But he did. But in terms of the whole like marriage thing and by any means necessary, I mean, I have to agree with
Kenny.
Thank you so much. I mean, kind of agree with Kenny because I think, you know, there's a difference between like physically harming someone, but I work in IT and I get thrown under the bus all the time. And I feel like, I mean, no one's blocking for me. I don't play football, but I mean, if a certain somebody doesn't have my back in a meeting, I can be, you know, my career could be ended because I work in an industry where, you know, one bad review from one client means that I don't have a job, you know, so I just feel like in terms of legacies and family, you really should take care of your own and not worry about anybody else. I feel like that doesn't make any sense, but I mean, I'm just trying to do the best that I can and I'm not worried about what other people are doing. My legacy will be fine.
Yeah.
Take it out of the pocket, but don't hurt them physically.
Basically.
Where are you?
Well, I kind of agree with you. I mean,
so essentially, you agree with me as
no.
We all agree.
I disagree with the because there's a moral code for me.
Okay. And
I believe that, like, I think Derwin was out of pocket. I think he shouldn't have did that. And the legacy, you should never. I don't believe in cutting someone's legs just so you can climb over the top of them. Whether it be physical, whether it be mentally, or whether it be on the slick side, on the backs. I don't believe in that. I think I think your gift or whatever you are has room for you. And I believe if you continue to work hard and you continue to strive and you are self-assured and you say, you know what, I'm intelligent and I'm aggressive and I'm assertive, things are going to happen for you in your favor if you put forth the effort. I don't think you have to say, hey, boss, he took 5 minutes extra for his break. So I always come back from lunch on time, so he can look bad and I can look good. I disagree. I think physically, emotionally, I think if you do right by people, eventually right's gonna happen to you.
Oh, our hetero has a heart. All right, well,
you call that having a heart?
I called him a hetero.
No, you call that having a heart.
Had it. Well, he has more of a heart than usual.
Than usual?
No,
I just speak the truth.
I'm just playing with you,
I just speak it from...
You speak your truth.
I'm just playing with
There
it.
you go.
I'm just playing with you. The question was simply posed just because it's a moral dilemma.
So
there is
what
no
do you
honest
think,
answer.
Courtney?
I mean, I fear, for shockingly enough, which almost never happens in this room, I actually agree with Curtis.
Chuck!
I mean, I think it's happened maybe
Yes, thank
twice
you, thank you.
in life. I agree.
I hear sirens.
Whatever your gift is,
I think the
there's
locusts
room
are
for
coming.
it
Absolutely.
if you nurture it and you grow it and you do right by people. But there is still that part of me that is cynical that realizes that we function in a world that is not of good.
Absolutely.
And that it's easy to sort of fall over on that side and be
Absolutely.
and want to fight. But I think that until we're in a situation where it's like the zombie apocalypse or something and we have to like
Every man for himself.
every man for himself type situation, then the whole like, that's my legacy, that's my family, that's all I need to worry about, then that would come into play. But as it is right now, there should be room if you do right. So it is what it is. But thank you guys for sharing with me.
Can I just throw something
You
in?
can throw something in real quick.
I just feel like that whole situation with like them and this legacy bit, I just feel like really that this writing of that episode kind of left a little to be desired, because that I just felt like my whole mind was in a tailspin watching that 23 minutes because it all like came and went so quickly and I didn't even really realize what happened until we talked about it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the reason why we have our show.
and
We try to bring
the
people-
game has been working out some things, so they're doing what they're doing.
I thought
At
this.
least,
I
go ahead.
I
didn't
wasn't
get to
here.
give our first
I feel
impressions.
like this was one of the better episodes.
Really?
I thought it was because it's leading. It
He
gives.
said he didn't see it.
He was being
I was
facetious.
Thank you. And how would I have kept up with
I don't
conversation?
know.
if I
He
was-
thought you got it by osmosis. But
No,
anyway,
I've
so
done it. No, I've winged it.
you winged it. He called
I'm
himself
sure you
out.
have.
Either way, so you felt pretty good about the episode.
I actually felt good about this episode.
I didn't
yes.
feel good about it to the end, but we already talked about that. So now we're going to move on to some news and gossip real quick and get wrapping it up.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so in our ratings tracker for the week in its 12th week, the game saw the biggest drop in ratings since the season began, and it was down to a 1.1 in the adult 18 to 49 demographic, finishing the evening in third place behind Tosh.0 and Dance Moms for original programming, which was kind of weird and was kind of confusing when I was looking at the stats, but it did drop quite a bit, which was funny because I think last week we were
Was
kind
one
of
of the
excited
better
about the
ones. Yeah, that's
episodes.
what I was
It was
gonna
really
say.
funny, so that was kind of lame, but you guys keep watching, I guess. It's still
Well,
got
it-
like 10 more to go.
And
9.
it sucks that because last episode was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
And a lot of people didn't see it.
Maybe they'll catch it in reruns, I'm sure.
But then if they see this episode,
It kind of it's jumping back and forth, like it's like the funny, and
It's
then
not consistent.
Sort of like, it's very inconsistent, but it is what it is. It gives us something to talk about. Next, our game executive producer Mara Kill's new project, Being Mary Jane, formerly known as Single Black Female, has a new star to star opposite Gabrielle Union, who is the lead in the show. Her name is Lisa Vidal from The Event. That is our Hispanic for the week score. And of course, the show Being Mary Jane will center on a successful talk show host, Mary Jane Paul, played by Union, looking to one day become the #1 nightly news anchor while searching for Mr. Right. Vidal will play Kara, the lead producer for Mary Jane's show and Mary Jane's best friend. The more I read about this show, the less excited I get.
Yeah.
So
Where is this show going?
it's what do you mean? Where is it going?
Like, did
It's
it
on
get picked up?
It got picked up for a BET.
Oh, it's
and
on
they're
BET.
shooting in April.
That tells me everything.
But Gabrielle Union. So
She's a hottie.
well, we were interested to see how that works out. And then it was a comedy, but then it's an hour-long pilot. So like I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. The premise is not promising to me, but who knows? I can't wait.
where's it shooting, you know?
It's shooting in Atlanta. They're shooting everything out there right now for the brown folks.
You moved to the
I
wrong
know.
city.
I'm saying like it picked up like 5 years after I left. Anyway, so let's go to our exciting brown people in entertainment news for the week. Do I get my bumper?
Brown people news.
I love it.
Every
That's
time.
awesome. I need that.
All right, so Imprint,
Brown people news.
love it so much we got to play it again. Imprint Entertainment has optioned the film rights to Pam Grier's autobiography, Foxy: My Life in 3 Acts. Unetta Boone will adapt it. Imprint's Entertainment, Michael Becker will produce, and Benny Richburg, along with Benny Richburg and Alfred Saps. Foxy is Pam Grier's account of her life, past and present. It reveals her relationships with Richard Pryor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Freddie Prinze Sr. Nights Out with John Lennon, Harry Nilsson, and Peter Lawford, and her ongoing battle with cancer. This was exciting for a couple of reasons. I love Pam Grier. I loved the book. I'm very excited they're making it a movie, and I can't wait to see it.
What's the name of the book?
Nobody cares.
Well, I love
I didn't
Pam
know that she
Grier.
was with all them people.
Right, that's
Richard Pryor,
Yeah,
Pam
but
Grier.
the book is great.
That's exactly what I was when I
And
first.
she was so honest in that book, like, or I mean, assumingly honest. Like, you got some details, and
So she was like the
know.
superhead of her day.
That's what I'm. See,
oh no, y'all did.
Oh, yes,
No,
I
no,
mean,
no. I'm telling you. See,
What's a superhead?
I will never refer to Pam
wait,
Grier as
hold on, hold on.
superhead.
I was
No,
asking a
superhead.
question. I didn't say she was. I was
No.
asking a question.
Kenny Superhead is an individual.
Who did some? It was a video hoe that did some nasty
She
stuff.
is a
slept with a lot of
fallacious
celebrities.
Like
woman.
J-Lo.
but here's the thing. Absolutely.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
The first thing that came to my mind.
But that's what I was thinking when I first got this email. I was thinking like, wow, this girl got around, and it was kind of interesting because
3 guys.
wait. No, it was kind of interesting because I'm thinking like, how many like celebrities like kind of like
They keep themselves under wraps. Like,
What are you?
they're on the down low.
That was 3
No, they
guys.
sleep with-
She had
I'm
3
saying-
They
major
sleep with what-
relationships.
what?
yeah, but those are major ones. You could come on now. You can't say
Well,
those
they
are
were
the
all
only
coming
ones.
up together.
I know,
Those-
but it's just crazy because how it really makes it very difficult for. I'm an actor, and it makes it very difficult for a woman to be with a person like me that's not in the business because she's like, wow, Pamela Grier is messing around with all these different actors. I know you are. And they all do
Well,
it.
that's because you are, Curtis, and that's why she's upset.
No, I'm not. I'm single.
We're
but-
not talking about you.
I'm
Anyway,
but no, I was thinking.
I'm
I was thinking the
excited.
same thing he was thinking. Like,
I can't wait to see it. I hope it's great.
We're excited
But
too. Aren't you
I'm
still excited?
I'm excited.
We're just saying we
I
didn't know
wanna
that she was.
Okay,
Yeah.
who do you guys think would play Pam Grier? That's what I'd like. to
Foxy
know.
Brown. I don't
You know they're probably gonna get Jennifer Hudson.
I'm
They get her for everything else. So.
No.
Really? You know who I would think could pull it off?
Who?
Sanaa Lathan. I think Sanaa Lathan could play Foxy.
She could possibly.
Yeah, I think she could.
I don't think she has the
Mojo.
sex.
I want
power.
like an
What?
older.
I need who's
You
the
didn't see
black
her Love and
Angelina
Basketball?
Jolie?
So
Yes, I
strong.
did, but it was.
I
But
was
Love and Basketball
strong.
was like a different kind
Black
of sexy.
Angelina Jolie. Do we have one?
Do we have a black Angelina Jolie? Like
Yeah,
that's who we need.
maybe
for
you
Pam
should
Grier.
do it.
No.
I
It's
wish.
what's her name?
If I was hot,
I
I would
want
be all
She doesn't
over
really
it.
Raven
consider-
Simone
You're stupid.
in 40 years after her skin's all leathery to do it.
Jeez.
She doesn't really consider herself like African American.
Who?
What's the girl in Avatar?
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana.
I
She's
thought about
Dominican.
her too.
Yeah, I
She's
mean that's
too,
African.
no, she's not enough
That's
sex.
African. I
She's
see.
not enough sex.
Well, and
Anyway.
Pam Grier is like
Sexy to me.
voluptuous.
But Pam Grier
That's
is
why I
like
said
woman
Raven
sex.
Simone.
Like I think that Zoe
Sanaa
Saldana
Lathan-
is gorgeous.
Sanaa Lathan could play
Anyway,
that. She's
Sanaa
some
Lathan is
woman.
like
she's
basketball
too
star.
matronly
She's too-
at this
What?
point. I feel like.
Anywho,
Sanaa, call me,
we're moving on.
please.
We're moving on. Our last little note of the day is just a new film release alert. A film is coming out on May 11th called A Girl in Progress. It's starring Eva Mendes, Sierra Ramirez, Eugenio Derbez, which Isabel would have been super excited about, Rainy Rodriguez, and it's directed by Paul Regan. Basically, it's a story of Grace, a single mom played by Eva Mendes, too preoccupied with paying the bills herself to notice that her teenage daughter, Ansiedad, played by Sierra Ramirez, is in desperate need of her attention, and then she gets some more attention, and they go through sort of the coming age story of a girl. It's a small movie, nice little cast, Hispanic actors. They made a great movie. It's been getting great reviews, and it's getting a lot of...
I think there should be more. I think there should be more. I mean,
should be
considering,
more.
especially in LA, it's like 50%.
And it's been like all supported by the International Dove Foundation, and all these like religious groups apparently are like super
As
into
in
the story.
a
as
quarter
in-
moisturizing cream.
I'm not sure. I
You
don't
said
know.
Dove
It
Foundation.
is Dove, but I didn't look up to see if
Well,
it's like
no,
their
it's-
actual foundation.
It's Christian. It's a Christian.
It's a Christian
thing.
foundation.
gotcha.
So either way, it's a coming of age story that's supposed to be sort of intense, but really sort of positive
Funny
moral
and
message and a
yeah.
good message.
Good
so
for the Hispanics.
go for the
Yay.
Hispanic. Glad they're
What?
working.
Yay.
Glad,
I said yeah. I said good.
glad they're working.
was very
So
loud.
we're gonna go to our predictions
AfterBuzz TV
and wrap this up.
predictions.
What you got for next week, Curtis? Even though it's like
Well, I predict Kenny's gonna have problems
Oh.
when he goes out because there's a lot of Hispanics in LA.
Oh,
He's like,
I love my
he loves
Hispanics.
his
Do you?
Hispanic.
I do.
I mean, Isabel would be married if they.
I know.
Didn't.
She'd be carrying my Chi child.
Yes.
Really?
She would carry his baby.
Yeah.
We already talked about that.
Yeah.
She would be his surrogate.
Wow.
Anything you want to share with us you think would be
This
coming up
guy-
next week?
Brandy's going to be on, and she's going to say something ridiculous.
There you go. What you got, Kenny?
I got nothing because I didn't see the previews for next week. So.
Yeah, I mean, apparently we're getting Brandy back, and hopefully she'll be better than she was before. But always, that ass will look great. So thank you for joining us. Make sure you check us out at AfterBuzz TV. I'm at Stuart Starlet on Twitter. Kenny is some long ass name that we don't know, and Jermaine is on Twitter too. I think.
I'm at Jermaine, just at Jermaine.
At Jermaine,
Common spelling.
Jermaine. And make sure you make your comments on iTunes. Thank you for joining us. Having a wonderful week. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Stay tuned.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.